Happy morning, everybody. It's Donna from Enchanted, and I'm here today quite differently to how I normally am. I'm in Mandy's woodland garden, which is my favourite place to be, and I'm with my very dear friend Angelica. I call her Angel, and she helps me with all the social media, so this will be the first time you've seen her. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's working for a charity, and that's why she's involved with me, because that is her special interest: sharing, helping, supporting you. And Angel is going to be interviewing me, because I tend to go off planet when I get going and speaking. So I will just speak and speak and speak and speak, and then be diverted and then wander off somewhere else. So I've been told it's important to structure myself.
Yes, yes.
So this is how it's going to be today. It's going to be much more structured, and I'm going to try not to wander off. So, Angel.
Yes. So obviously Donna has recently set up as her CIC as well as her Enchanted Gardens. So we wanted to kind of introduce this to everybody on her platforms, to kind of explain why she's doing it, what she's doing, what's important to her. We've got some questions. So the first one, Donna, is we would like to know, what is Enchanted Gardens today? How has it changed over time, and what does it mean to you now?
Okay, so what it means today is not what it meant 20 years ago. Living in the other house, me and Mandy being in the tunnel, it started really as a hobby, and I love growing things, and it was always kind of my Mandy time, lone time, peace time, hobby, and then I started doing all the shows. But it was never a proper commercial concern. I'm just not wired up like that, and I don't think I can run anything purely as a commercial concern. And as I realised, even all those years ago, the decline of pollinators, I really felt then, which has just continued to grow, that my mission here, the reason I'm here, is to try and explain to people what they don't seem to be able to see, which is that the insects are declining, and we have to take responsibility at some time for that. So the plant industry is down the toilet, basically. It's been down the toilet for the last 20 years, and it's just increasingly worse, and it's just turned into a huge money-making animal that I don't want to feed. Whereas here, that's where I'm coming from, and I used to be really angry all the time. I was always so angry that nobody seemed to care, nobody seemed to notice, nobody wanted to know what was going on with Mother Nature, why things were happening. And I could see it so clearly. So as a much younger woman, I mean, it's a good job I'm old now, because I can't be bothered to be angry anymore. And I know that's not the way forward, and that's not the way to communicate, because people can't hear you if you're angry. So here, it's so calm. It's not a garden. I came from a garden that was a proper Gardeners World garden with borders, and here it is so different. So for me, here is more enchanted. It's more who I am at my heart. This is who I am. And I now think at this age, everything tells a story, and Enchanted Gardens has been a story of my life and how I am and how I've developed myself. But I think everyone's garden's a story. So yeah, it's changed, it's morphed hugely from what I had, formal gardens pretty much, feeling like I did, and then being here, and it is an enchanting place.
Yeah, definitely. So what kind of transformation do you hope visitors have here?
This is easy. Thank you. This is easy. So, you know, my life's been chaos. It's been up and down. I've had desperately sad times, desperately happy times. Things are never the same for any of us. And I think since 2020, when everybody had to stay in and suddenly experienced birdsong, and you had people going online and posting, you know, all of a sudden, they were in their 30s or 40s, and all of a sudden it was like they'd just been born because they suddenly heard a blackbird. And it was ridiculous because have you never heard a blackbird before? No. Because the way that the planet is now operating, our lives have sped up, and I think the whole of the time when we were unable to leave our homes was a time where we finally stood still, took a breath, and listened. And it was also, unfortunately, a time out of the chaos where people had to face themselves. So they had to face who they were, what their life had become. What I've noticed is, you know, I was saying to you a few weeks ago, it's almost like you leave your suitcase of your life at that gate.
Yeah.
Drop it off in the car park. Don't bring it down here. Because as soon as you're through the car park with the buddleias and the fennel, it's like entering a different way of living.
Everything slows down.
It does. It really does. You know, I've got people coming in and they say, I didn't know. I mean, there's so many. There's so many, you know, that's a beetle of some sort, and that butterfly, and then look, and that's a moth, and look, and they're just like children.
Yeah.
They just love it.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with work or stress or pressure or depression. People leave here feeling better, feeling calmer. It's like medicine. It's like a little bit of peace. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want for people.
Yeah.
That is all I want for people to experience.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. What new projects and strands of work are growing here now?
Right, well, typical Donna, I'll register a CIC. I didn't realise the paperwork. No idea, no clue, nothing. So I just went into this thinking, oh, I'll just have a community interest company, which is not for profit. You don't get anything out of it apart from having a purpose to give to.
Yeah.
And having something to share with people. So, you know, mental health has always been a big part of my life from my previous life, and the fact that both my sons, obviously Alexander's heading the most fabulous charity, Keep Talking Services. He's also a mental health nurse. Thomas is trying to change the world in a different way. Again, charity, not for profit. I want to give back. I want to educate people. I want to help people to understand. And now I'm old, I want to spend the time gently explaining, having that conversation. I want to sit with people who are in need of a little bit of understanding. Perhaps they do have issues and problems. Perhaps they're in grief. Perhaps they just need a friend to reach out. I just think the therapy involved in speaking to people about trees and plants and how they operate, and looking at the leaves and the development, and right now we can see this, and have you noticed that on the floor? And look at that butterfly. Do you know that they only lay their eggs on this? It's a very giving thing to do, to give people that information for free.
Yeah.
Because that, as I said before, that's kind of my purpose. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help people understand this.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to run programs where storytelling comes into it. So right now, as you know, we're with the Tom Delahunt, the Butterfly Farmer project.
Yeah.
Now that means that children can come here, primary schools. They've been working with Tom for some time. They can look at his first book, The Wandering Lamb. He's just about to publish the second book, The Butterfly Farmer. And that is teaching children all about transformation. So everything in nature transforms.
Yeah.
I can teach them that through walking along the pasture with them, showing them the transformation from seed to plant to food, making all those connections. The whole point of the CIC and the project is people have lost their connection to nature. Having the privilege of getting through to children at primary school, showing them a slow worm, showing them a bumblebee, showing them a butterfly. They're so happy. And Tom's one of our authors in residence. So he's going to be here regularly to tell stories under the talking tree and with the two listening trees, the sisters. Then we've got Rob Turner, able to teach children through art, painting, with whatever medium. I dare say he'll find a way of painting with wood chip if you gave him enough time to plan it.
Yeah.
And then we've got my wonderful, gorgeous friend, Nina de la Mare. And she will come along with her dragons and her imagination. And as a children's author, she wrote Darian's Gifts. And that's slightly structured for older children in primary. But again, the teaching in the book is therapeutic. It helps them to learn. We are all different. We're all different, and yet we're all the same, and we're all connected, just like all plants are different, but they are all connected. So the CIC is going to be about pouring myself into educating, helping and supporting. And we've just signed up to an NHS.
Yes.
What was that?
The Garden of Hope.
Yes.
So that's alongside the Baton of Hope, which is a suicide prevention strategy.
Yes.
And we've got funding alongside Keep Talking Services. You're going to help us with your CIC to do a Garden of Hope here, and donate some seeds and help us build 3 gardens so people can come for somewhere to remember people who have passed, but also to come if they're feeling in a way that they might not want to be here anymore, for a safe space to talk and to bring back the hope.
Exactly.
So you've spoken a lot about your work with children. So is it all about the children, or is there other projects you're hoping to work on?
No, it's not all about the children. I mean, it's not easier telling children, helping children, explaining to children. It's just that they're not as stupid as adults. They're not living in the world.
They've not been conditioned.
They don't do an 80-hour week.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the mortgage. It is easier to get to the children because they immediately understand that the impact of me knowing what I'm saying is getting through is immediate. But I've got this huge passion for people who are dealing with the forgetful diseases, the diseases where they have a different concept of reality, and that might be rooted in 1934, or that might be rooted in the 1950s when they met their husband. And I think because I've seen a lot of that with my work with ladybirds, I think we're probably dealing with about 40% now of people with the forgetful diseases.
Yeah.
I'm avoiding saying the names of these diseases because I don't want to project any power over those names, and that's just my spiritual belief.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a lot we can do for people like this.
No.
I want to serve those with the forgetful diseases, and I also want this to be a very safe, perfect, beautiful place for the carers to unwind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because over and over and over, Angel, I've seen people, because of the society, the way we run society, and there being no money and nobody can afford the care that these people need. And you're talking about somebody's mum, and of course they want them to be at home forever. But if that means that as their only child, or generally it's the only child in the area, because one lives in Scotland, one lives in Germany, and one lives in Australia.
Yeah.
It is all down to that one child. So they can't work. They can't have a job. They can't leave mum on her own. They have to lock the kitchen door. She can't be left at all. That means they can't have friends. They can't meet for coffee. They can't socialise, and they can't unload.
Yeah.
Well, if you can come here for free, and sit mum down and have a cup of tea, we will ask you how you're doing. I will ask you how you're doing. I will be interested in your mum, and I might find that maybe if mum would mum like to see the butterflies in the second pasture? And then you get 10 minutes off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, I've got some lovely volunteers here that help me. They're more than volunteers, they're friends. Some of them have got dementia training. Some of them. Everyone here is enhanced DBS checked.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just going to be another strand. So I'm glad you brought that up, actually.
Yeah.
It's not just about children. It's not just about storytelling. it's not just about education, it's about dementia, people struggling with grief, loss, you know, it's about everything to do with people. This place is for people.
Yeah.
And the CIC is going to give me every opportunity, unless you come up with something I should be doing that I'm not doing, to be engaging with people's emotions, to be creative, to be kind, to be listening to people. You know, what more can this be?
Yeah.
Because let's face it, it's never going to be a garden centre, is it? It's just never going to be a garden centre.
No, it's much more than that.
It's much more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the CIC, I just want it to be all consuming. I have energy to give it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if someone wanted to contact you about coming here through the CIC, how can they do that, and what days are you opening for the CIC?
Okay, so at the moment I am closed on a Wednesday because we're in Tom Delahunt's The Butterfly Farmer project. But for the school holidays, until September, when it will start again, I'm going to be able to put Wednesdays to one side for people, you know, if they've got something they really would love to do, but they haven't got the space and they can't afford to buy the space. Yeah, we can help. Certainly speak, certainly talk.
Yeah.
And perhaps a donation would be lovely.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So obviously you do have your website that has the tab on now.
Right, yeah. So
CIC.
you helped me with that. Thank you, thank you. I'd never have been able to button press that.
If people want to find out more, they can visit that, can't they?
So I find it really hard to get websites and things like that going. But we've got the Enchanted Gardens website. It's got the shop and all the plants and everything else about me and whatever on. And then you've got a tab. And you click on the tab and it's all about the CIC, which doesn't look anything like Enchanted Gardens because we've got a triangle logo. And for me, the triangle is a very wonderful thing. It's spiritual. It's the trilogy. You can carry that through the last million years on the planet in whatever way you want.
Yeah.
And the pyramids and whatever. And inside the pyramid, the triangle is a book. So we're showing education, and then the book is surrounded by insects, butterflies and bees. So I love it. I love it. It's gorgeous. And we've all got the uniform now. Click on that. See if there's anything you can do for me. See if there's anything I need.
Yeah. Okay, so last question then. What do you hope people carry with them after they leave the Enchanted Gardens?
Carry hope. Carry peace. Knowledge. Carry knowledge. And kindness.
Yeah.
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 It's all there now.
Yeah.
I just need people to know, notice, and care enough to get in touch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. I think that's why we wanted to do this interview, was so that people are aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
And if they can help, then, you know, that would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? Because, you know, you're here and you're inviting people down. So anything we get help with, it's helping the community. That's what it's all about. It's
all going back to community.
Yeah.
We need visits.
Yeah.
Definitely. Enchanted Gardens needs visits.
Yeah.
The CIC needs visit.
Yeah.
People educating their children at home. I need to hear from more of them.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in children who aren't in mainstream schools. I know there's a whole thing around that now,
Yeah.
but a visit here for that little bit of education would be useful. Teenagers also, you know, if they're feeling a bit pants, they need to visit as well. And really, all the followers for Enchanted Gardens, we still need visits, Angel. We do. We still need people to turn up and have a cup of tea. We really do. Because, you know, to keep the doors open, it is hard. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I'm just so happy to have the opportunity to have this platform to do this and to keep growing and changing and evolving. And showing other gardeners and people who love their gardens, showing them I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, like rampant periwinkle. We're all just learning. We're all just learning. And the CIC is just another way for us all to join, support and learn.
Amazing.
Thanks, darling.
Thank you.
You're welcome.